Yo, welcome back to another video on Xdefiant. In today's video, I have a best attachments for each weapon and what the attachments actually do and what their pros are and what their cons are. So the video is going to be sort of a long one, but maybe it might be a bit of a short one. But yeah, if you do enjoy this type of content and you want to have another one when season 2 comes out, then please leave a like and subscribe, please and thank you. But let's get into this. We'll start with the ARs and then we'll move on to SMGs. I'm not too sure on the shotguns, so I won't be doing shotguns. LMGs, I'll do LMGs as well. Marksman rifles I'll do. Snipers I won't do. So snipers and shotguns I won't do because I don't use them. I'm not that type of player. So yeah. So for the ACR, the best attachments for the ACR, in my opinion, there is many different attachments. So I'll go through the attachments and what they do first, and then I'll go over the best attachments for it. So for the light suppressor, that's obvious. Just keeps you off the mini-map for up to 24 meters, which is okay. It's a good attachment. One of my favorites. Very satisfying as well to use it on many guns. It's just the noise that makes the gun sound even better. Good attachment. I highly recommend you use it on pretty much any gun. A very good attachment. Muzzle booster. If you can control the recoil, it's a good attachment as well. Very good attachment. It does give you the 2.5% of fire rate, which is needed on pretty much any gun, unless you're looking at the Vector, which you don't need it on. It just boosts the fire rate to even more. Horizontal and vertical recoil. Like I said before, if you can control the recoil, a good attachment. But if you can't and you're a casual and you just hop on the game for an hour or two a day or every other day, then I don't recommend you try the muzzle booster. If you want to get better at the game, then please try use the muzzle booster or the rapid fire. They're both good attachments. Barrel extender, good attachments. This is mostly for SMGs because they've got their TTK isn't the best at long range. So it's better for SMGs, which is good. It does give you the 10% short range and medium range. Just does boost up that damage at range, which is very good. But it does give you the -10 recoil recovery. Like I said before, so when you're shooting and you don't control the recoil, it goes up to the right or to the left, it'll ping back to the middle really fast. But if you have it on, -10 recoil recovery, it goes slower to the middle. Minus sprint, 10% sprint to shoot time. I think that's obvious. You just bring up your gun faster. Obviously, you want to bring up your gun as fast as you possibly can because you want to hit the first shots. So it depends how you look at it, but I do recommend the barrel extender as well. These 3 attachments are the best in the game. Well, best muzzle, sorry, in the game. Muzzle brake is, in my opinion, useless. It does give you the -5 short range and -5 medium range, which is not that good. Yes, it boosts up your horizontal recoil by 7%. Yes, I understand that, but it's a very useless attachment. I do not recommend this attachment at all. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a YouTuber. Do not take anyone's advice on the muzzle brake. Do not use this attachment. End of. Just don't. Same as the compensator. Useless attachment. I've never used these 3 on any of my builds. Never. And I've got a 3.6 KD, so I know what I'm talking about when it comes to attachments. Do not use these 3 on any gun. It doesn't matter what gun you use. These 3 are terrible. I will give you the best attachments and the worst attachments to use. Compensator obviously gives you the 7% vertical recoil control. Yes, that's good. It does give you that -10 ADS speed and -5 stability, which is terrible. Same as the suppressor. Keeps you off the mini-map for like forever. But it does give you that -10 short range and medium range, which you do not want. You get that from the barrel extender, but also you don't want to be reducing it anymore. So that is the muzzles. That does go for pretty much any gun. So for barrel, recon, it's okay. It's, the con is -2.5 movement speed, but it's not that bad. I wouldn't recommend it, but that's up to you. Stabilizing, I wouldn't recommend either, just because it gives you the -5 sprint to shoot time and -5 ADS walking speed. Personally, for me as a player, I like to have a high sprint to shoot time and a high ADS walking speed. or I cannot play the game. I have to have that. I can control recoil very easily. That's not a problem. So the stabilizing don't bother me. Same as the recon. I like to boost up my movement speed, so I do not recommend these. If you're a casual and you like to sit back, then and you can't control the recoil, then yes, please use the stabilizing. But if you're running gun and you want to get better, do not use these two. Chrome line, 20% short range, 20% medium range. That's good attachment. Does give you the -5 movement speed and -15 ADS speed. It's good in some circumstances. Depends what map you use it on. But yeah, it's an okay barrel. It's not the best because it does give you that -5 movement speed and -15 ADS speed. So it's okay. I would recommend this in some cases, not all. Heavy, best barrel in the game, just because it gives you the 5 weapon damage, which is needed on pretty much any gun. If you put it on a marksman rifle, you're taking it from a 3-shot to a 2-shot, no matter what. Same as the fire rate, you don't really need to worry about the rate of fire. I don't really class that as a con. It's just a pro in my eyes. Stealth, useless attachment as well. Don't never use that ever, just because it gives you the -5 movement speed and -2.5 rate of fire, which you do not need on any gun. You're going to be running like a sloth using this attachment, so just do not use this attachment at all. I don't care, just don't use it. Lightweight, one of the best barrels as well, next to the heavy. Does give you the 15% ADS speed, brings up your gun faster. Movement speed 5%, running around with your gun faster. You know, when you run around with your pistol, you run around faster. You could probably do that with the lightweight. Does give you the -10 short range and medium range, but you can counter that with the barrel extender. But it does give you the -10 sprint to shoot time, like I said before. Good attack. One of my favorite attachments, sorry. I recommend this one highly. Rapid fire. If you can control the recoil, like I said before, then please use this. If you want to get better, then please use the rapid fire or the muzzle booster. They are good attachments to use. I wouldn't combine them together just because of the the high recoil. Don't use them together on any build. When the buff came out, not the buff, the nerf, sorry. Yeah, since that is terrible, but I can control the recoil, so it doesn't really bother me. But yeah, I do recommend this if you want to get better at the game. If you're just a casual, then please do not use this. But I'll go through them. Lightweight, please use on pretty much any gun. They're okay. Heavy, best barrel on the game, and chrome lined is okay. So yeah, you got to pick from 4 barrels, and I think the new one is coming in season 2. I can't remember what it's called, but apparently it does boost up your recoil a little bit. But I don't know what the cons are. Front rails, they all have their pros and cons. Super light, I do like a lot. Does give you that 10% ADS speed. You're boosting up your gun even more, bringing up your gun faster with the 2.5 movement speed. Even better with -10 recoil recovery. Useless, doesn't work, so it's got no cons on that. Angled, you do get that -5% movement speed, which is, it's okay. It depends what other attachments you use. It's okay attachment. I would recommend. Does give that 15% ADS stability as well, and +5 horizontal recoil, which is good. Vertical, never use this attachment. Never use these 2 attachments. They are awful. I've tried these, and these are terrible attachments. Just because it gives that -5 ADS walking speed. Personal opinion, as I said before, I'm a quick player. I like to have fast ADS walking speed. Same as this. It gives you the -5 ADS speed for 10% vertical recoil. It's not on. Just don't use these. Small vert, I use this on most of my builds. It is the best front rail. There's no better front rail than this. It's got literally no cons unless you're hit fire. Do not hit fire on this game. I recommend do not hit fire on this game because you will die instantly. It does give you the 10% ADS walking speed and 5% ADS speed. Good attachment. One of my favorite. Laser sight. Don't use this. It's useless in this game. Who hit fires? I've never even considered this attachment. Do not use this. Hand stop's okay. If you can't control your vertical recoil, then I would recommend this attachment. Very good attachment, in my opinion. Leather wrapped, decent attachment. Does give you that 10% -10 ADS speed, sorry, and -5 sprint to shoot time. You could combination it with, you know, a lightweight barrel. Lightweight stock, so you do get it back sort of, but it's okay. Pistol, yeah, good for LMGs. That's all I can say. It's good for LMGs. I wouldn't say assault rifles or SMGs, but yeah, it's okay. It does give you that -5 horizontal recoil control, which is left to right recoil. It's okay. I would recommend the super light on any gun, the angled on certain guns, vertical, no, never use this attachment. Tactical, never use this attachment. Small vert, I would recommend this pretty much on SMGs, marksman rifles, LMGs, ARs. I don't think you can put it on snipers, I'm not too sure. Laser sight, never use this. Do not recommend this. Hand stop, like I said before, recommend it on certain guns. Lever wrapped, would recommend it on certain guns. On the ACR, it is good. The hand stop on the ACR is good. Small vert on the ACR is good. Pistol, it's okay on the ACR. I would recommend it as well. But yeah, optics, I think there's only one in my eyes. Reflex, I don't like the hollow. I don't like the 3 times and I don't like the 4 times. Hollow, it's just, it blocks out too much vision when you're looking down the gun. I do not like it. I've never used it. If you can use your default, then stick to default. But I do recommend reflex. No other attachment. No other attachment on the optics. Magazines, same as again. These two are useless. Don't ever use these two. They just slow down your gun even further, and you don't want to be slow. You just don't on this game. If you want to act like an LMG, then use these two, but you do not use these two. Quick mag just gives you the 5 extra bullets and 15% reload speed. Good attachment. Same as the fast mag. It does give you the cons, but the cons are pretty much useless. It depends what attachments you run with the fast mag. It just depends on what build you tend to put together. Like my builds counter pretty much all the cons on each attachment. But yeah, I do not recommend these two. Rear grip, like I said before, they all have their pros and cons. Heavy grip, it's okay. It's not really needed on any gun. It doesn't really do anything. So I don't recommend the heavy grip. Fabric, it's okay as well. I used to use it a lot. Does give you the ADS speed and ADS stability. It's okay. I would recommend it. Leather wrapped, depends. I would recommend it as well. Grip tape, I wouldn't recommend personally, just because of the -5 ADS speed. It's okay actually. Depends. I've never really used it. Lightweight grip, it's okay. I've never used it, but I would recommend it as well. There's no really bad rear grips, just a heavy grip maybe, just because it doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't really benefit you in controlling your ADS speed, your recoil. Yes, it gives you the horizontal, but no guns really have horizontal recoil. It's just straight up. Quick draw, best rear grip in the game, obviously. 10% sprint to shoot time, 10% ADS speed, and it does give you this stability, which is useless. You don't need to worry about that. Terrible. I know they need to patch it, but whoever tells you that the ADS stability works, it doesn't. Stock, again, padded, useless. I wouldn't recommend it. Just, yes, it gives you no cons, but it doesn't really give you any pros either. It's a useless attachment. Precision, again, useless. It just makes you slower. I wouldn't recommend this at all. Folded, I would recommend, just because it gives you that 5% movement speed. If you want to get around the map even faster, you could pair it with the lightweight. You're getting 10%, and obviously if you add it with like a barrel extender, you're getting the damage range. Obviously small vert, pistol grip. You can make your gun very fast if you wanted to. Leather wrap, see, it's just, there's loads. I would recommend the folded on any gun. Maybe not marksman rifles. It depends how you look at it. But reinforced, useless. Do not recommend it just because of the -15 ADS walking speed. That's just my opinion. But if you want to listen to me, then do not recommend this attachment. Lightweight, best stock in the game. Yeah, good attachment. Same as removed, it's a good attachment if you can control the recoil. But if you want to get better at the game, then please try and use this with maybe like the small vert and maybe like a rapid fire if you can control the recoil. I'm not saying use this and the rapid fire and the muzzle booster, because the recoil is going to be insane. I probably couldn't even control the recoil. but that's up to you. If you want to get better, then try and learn the recoils of each gun like I have. That's why I'm, you know, decent at controlling the recoils on each gun. And for the removed, I would recommend it on most guns. Lightweight, I would recommend it on every gun. Depends what you look at it. Maybe not the LMGs. For reinforced, do not recommend. Folded, I recommend. Precision, do not recommend. And padded, do not recommend. Do not use these two and this one. Never ever. I don't care. Just do not listen to anyone that tells you these are good. They're not. So I'll go over a good build personally on the ACR, and I'll go through an AK and the rest of the guns. I'll do ARs today, and I'll do SMGs tomorrow, and LMGs, and then yeah, I'll go on from there. But the ACR, a good all-round build. But for me personally, I would run a suppressor just because it's a good attachment in my eyes. It's a very good attachment. Barrel depends. Maybe a lightweight gives you the 15% ADS speed and 5% movement speed. You don't need to worry about the cons. Front rail, the small vert, obviously. You can look at the pros, sorry. Optic, reflex, I think that's obvious. The good attachment. Actually, I would take the light suppressor out actually and swap it because I don't really think that goes well with it, to be fair. Magazine, it depends. I would go for a quick mag. Good attachment. And then for the stock, I probably would go for folded. And if you want to add a camo, then yeah. But I would recommend that for an ACR build. Try it and see how you feel. That's a good gun to use if you can control the recoil on the -10 on the oh no, it doesn't come any with any recoil things, but yeah, there's good attachments. For the AK, one of my favorite guns on the game. I don't need to go for the attachments again for each gun because it's gonna be like an hour-long video. So I'll go over a good build you could run personally. So for the muzzle, we have the light suppressor. I think the light suppressor on the AK is beautiful. It's like a chef's kiss. I would recommend the light suppressor on the AK. I would highly recommend it. For the no barrel, you don't really need to run a barrel on the AK. It's a strong gun. Front rail, there's a few, but I would recommend the super light personally. I like the super light on the AK. If you like the optic, take the super light out and put a reflex. But I like to keep it basic. Magazine, you could run a fast mag. It's up to you if you like a little bit slower, but I'm personally, I like a fast mag. Rear grip, quick draw, obviously gives you the ADS speed, which is good, and obviously the cons are useless. And then for the stock, obviously the lightweight, one of the best builds personally in my opinion. This is my favorite build. I love this build. It's insane. You've seen it on videos. This build is amazing. The LVOA-C, I've grown to like this gun a lot. It's one of my favorite guns, or ARs. So for the we don't have any muzzle on this. You could run a muzzle, but I wouldn't recommend it on the LVOA-C just because of the fire rate. You know, it doesn't really, I know the fire rate doesn't affect any of the muzzles, but it's just how I look at it. Barrel, I probably would have a heavy just because it gives you that 5% weapon damage because it's got a fast fire rate anyway. So the -10 fire rate doesn't really do anything, I've noticed anyway. And then for the front rail, I probably would run a small vert again just because of the ADS walking speed. I'm going to put a skin on because it looks bare boned. If you want to run an optic, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't run an optic personally. Magazine, fast mag, I would recommend it. Rear grip, quick draw, sorry. And then for the stock, I probably would run a removed on the LVOA-C. That is just the build I would recommend. It's what I've done good with it in the past. So yeah, I would recommend that on the LVOA-C. The M4, one of my favorite guns as well. I do like the M4 a lot. Muzzle, obviously. Actually, no, you probably could go with the light suppressor. I don't know about the barrel extender on this. I've never really used the barrel extender. Light suppressor on the the M4. I like the suppressor on the M4. I'm waffling now, I'm sorry. Barrel, heavy. Good attachment, just boosts up that damage. Front rail, super light, good attachment. No optic, because I like the iron sights on this gun. Magazine, I would probably want a quick draw. Let me put a skin on this. And then for the stock, I probably would run a lightweight. That's a very good build as well. I don't really see any cons to it personally, but I like that attachment, this gun. If you don't want the suppressor, take that off and put a reflex on it. If you don't want to run the reflex, then I probably would recommend a fabric or a quick draw. That's a good build as well. If you don't want the quick mag, then I probably would recommend the suppressor or the barrel extender. It depends what you look at it, but that's my opinion. I'll go for my KD again, 3.6. You know, I'm not the best player, but I'm decent at the game. My score per minute is 1,203, and my average skill rating is 4,323. It's very high in this game. I'm pretty sure I'm in the top 10,000 players in the game with a decent KD. I haven't really seen many people with higher KDs than me. I know that sounds big-headed, but it's true. I'm just stating facts. I've got nothing to lie about. But yeah, let's get into the next one. Just to give you a little bit of peace of mind about my opinions on each gun. I know what I'm talking about. I think my KD says that for pretty much everything. MDR, I never used to really like the MDR, but I've grown to like it a lot. I don't know about a good, like a perfect build, but yeah, I wouldn't run a muzzle. Barrel, I would run the lightweight. Just gives you that 15% AE speed and plus 5 movement speed. The good attachment on the MDR. Front rail, small vert, or you could run a lever. I would probably run a small vert just because it gives you no cons. Optic, obviously, I don't like the iron sights on this gun, so I probably would run a reflex. A good attachment as well. So I'll have to put a camo on this gun. Magazine, fast mag, because the reload speed is terrible on this gun. And then you could run a lightweight, or you could run a quick draw, but I would probably run a quick draw. Good 5 attachments, very good attachments. If you like this build, then yeah, let me know what you think of it. If you do try this build, these are just random builds. Remember what I've built in the past. They're good builds, what I've used. M16, not really a fan of the M16. As you can tell, I've got these four maxed. The LVOA-C I haven't really used too much. M16 it's not my favorite. And then for the M16, I'll give you one of the fastest TTKs you can have on it, with a fast reload and a fast ADS speed and movement speed, sorry. So for the barrel, we don't have any barrel. You could run a barrel, but I wouldn't recommend it on the M16. Muzzle, sorry. Barrel, rapid fire, just faster TTK. You could run a muzzle as well, but it's too much recoil. Front rail, they all have their cons on this, but I would probably recommend the super light just to give you the extra ADS speed and movement speed. Optic, obviously reflex, sorry. Good attachment, one of my favorite, obviously. Magazine, you could run quick mag or fast mag, but I would recommend a quick mag on this. Quick draw, it depends. If you can control the recoil, then I would recommend the removed or the lightweight. But if you don't want any of that and you just want the gun to, you know, do as much damage as possible, then quick draw, just because it gives that ADS speed and sprint to shoot time. Or take away the super light and add the lightweight, so you're getting pretty much instantly. But yeah, that is the ARs for today's video. If you want the SMGs tomorrow or the day after, and then the LMGs and the marksman rifles, I won't do them all in one video because it would take me hours. But yeah, let me know what you think of these builds in the comments, and please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you all on tomorrow's video in a bit.